Now, in the latest from West Asia, at least a dozen missiles were fired at a military base used by US-led coalition forces in western Iraq. This happened on Saturday. The missiles struck al-Asad airbase in Iraq's Anbar province, triggering fears of further expansion of the crisis in West Asia. Now, the US Central Command reported minor injuries across the base from the strike, with personnel currently being evaluated for traumatic brain injury. At least one Iraqi service member is reported to have been wounded. According to CENTCOM, the al-Asad base was struck by multiple ballistic missiles and rockets launched by Iran-backed proxies from within Iraq. Most of the missiles were reportedly intercepted, and this after Israel reportedly struck Syria's capital of Damascus earlier on Saturday, killing 5 people. Iran has claimed the 5 dead in the strike were all members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. These include 2 heads of the Iranian Army's information unit and 2 other members as well. The Israeli strike flattened a single multi-story building in the Mazeh neighborhood of Damascus. As per reports, the building was being used by Iranian advisors supporting President Bashar al-Assad, where there are also suggestions that a meeting of the IRGC was underway. According to local media in the Syrian capital, explosions were also reported across the city following the strike. The head of the al-Asad hospital in Damascus reported that 1 dead and 3 wounded were brought in. Following the explosions, the hospital received 1 dead and 3 wounded people, as I mentioned earlier. Damascus' Mazeh neighborhood is home to the United Nations headquarters, embassies and high-end eateries. Israel has also been accused in the past of targeting Iran-backed forces and Syrian army positions in the country. And this is not the first time Iran has alleged the death of IRGC members. In December 2023, a senior general of Iran's Revolutionary Guard was also killed in an Israeli strike. Close to 23 pro-Iran fighters were also allegedly killed in a separate incident in the same month. Now, since the inception of the Gazan conflict, strikes across West Asia have intensified on several fronts. Earlier on the 16th of January, Iran claimed to have conducted preemptive strikes in Iraq and Syria. A day prior to this, Iran also struck Erbil, the de facto capital of Iraq's semi-autonomous Kurdistan region. In the same vein, US forces have come under fire at least 58 times in Iraq and over 83 times in Syria by Iranian proxies that function from these respective areas. These attacks usually consist of either rockets or kamikaze drones. Close to 900 US troops are stationed in Syria and an additional 2,500 in Iraq, mostly to counter the resurgence of the Islamic State threat. Earlier on the 5th of January, Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammad Shia al-Sudani's office moved to evict forces following a US drone strike in Baghdad. The Pentagon, however, deferred the move, stating that its presence in the country was at the behest of Baghdad's request.